Recording in progress. Let me give to you the two special people in our dealership because they are both distributors. The first one I'm going to introduce is over from, they're actually both in the regional areas, very far away from me, miles and miles away from me. So the first one, and she will be cooking for us, showing us some ideas for our little ones. And the reason why she is very capable of doing it because she has a little one, a 7-month-old baby. So she'll be showing us what she's feeding her baby. That's the very cute little baby. Very
Hello.
handsome. Hello, baby. It's very cold. And of course, when we talk about health and nutrition for the little one, by the way, I forgot to mention it's Jackie Dorado from Calgary. Say hi, Jackie.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
And of course, when it comes to health and nutrition, no other person that I can think of that can better explain or give more information about it. But our very own distributor, again, from far away from me, from Port Hedland, miles and miles away from me. And she's a dietitian by profession. So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Eunice Asare. Say hi, Eunice.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Nice to have you all.
Okay, now I'm gonna turn off my audio so you can do what you have to do. Over to you, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Yeah, thank you, Te. So yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Like Ate Cheryl said, I'm Jackie Dorado, and yeah, and we all know that as a mom, we want to give our kids a healthy meal or a healthy food. So we're going to show you, we're going to share you how to prepare our some ideas to how to prepare baby's food from stage 1 to stage 3. And of course, we have a privilege that we have a nutritionist here in our side. So you can ask a question, and then she will give some facts, nutritional facts that we really need. So yeah, over to you, Eunice.
Okay. Cheryl, I need to share a screen. So if you can enable me to do that, that'll be good. Okay, wonderful. So I just thought we'll share a couple of things. And Jackie, you stop me when I need to. So we're just going to, I'm not going to talk about everything, but just going through why it's important to even start solids in the first place. We know that babies are usually ready. The timing, usually we say it's around 6 months. So the reason being that usually around 6 months, babies are having that ability to sit without extra support and hold their neck, hold their neck up without having to, fall over. So it's safe for them. They normally show interest in what you are eating as well. They are looking at you, watching you put things in your mouth. They themselves are trying to put things in their mouth. And also another thing that is happening is that physically babies are getting ready in the sense that their digestive enzymes is more matured, or their digestive system is more matured. Also, their immune system is more matured. They've got more enzymes to break food down. Their kidneys are better able to tolerate certain things that they perhaps couldn't tolerate before. So those are all good signs of readiness to show that the baby is ready. Another very important thing that is happening is that usually iron levels the babies are born with a good store of iron levels, and they only need a little bit. Up to 6 months, breast milk and formula is enough to meet all those energy requirements, all those requirements. But what happens is that around 6 months, the levels that they were born with would have dropped. In addition to that, their requirements, what they need around 6 months, goes up. So to give you an idea, when they are younger, around maybe around 1 month when they are born, they only need about 0.2 milligrams of iron. However, when they get to around 6 months, they need 7 milligrams of iron a day. And the breast milk or the formula is not enough to provide them with that. So that's why we look at introducing foods so that we can make sure that they are meeting all their nutritional requirements. Yeah, so that is the main thing there. I am going to perhaps stop the sharing and then just share with you a quick video that really shows you when baby, sorry, that shows you when your baby is ready to start solid. So please enjoy this quick video.
There's no sounds. It's okay.
No sound, Eunice. Is it really? Not sure. That's okay. There's some writings.
All right. So I'm just going to, sorry about that. I'm not sure why it wasn't showing any sound, but I didn't have much control. It was just music anyway on the background. So I hope that just highlights what some of those signs of readiness are. I'm just going to share one more slide to show you what sort of foods that we can be giving to babies. And then I'll offer that to, I'll give you back to Jackie, and she's going to start doing some practical aspects as well. So bear with me. I will just go back to my presentation. What sort of things that we start off with? You can include all kinds of foods, but one of the things that we encourage is that you try and include some of those high iron rich foods as one of the first things that you offer to baby. So Jackie will be showing you a few veggies and fruits that she's going to be cooking. She will cook some proteins as well and add to it. We try and prioritize the proteins just because, as I said, iron levels are usually falling and quite low. And so we really want to make sure that we are adding it to make up for what they need through complementary food. So there is nothing that is off the charts, but the main thing is that we prepare it in a way that is texturally appropriate for the baby to tolerate. So that is the main thing, adding all kinds of veggies, all kinds of fruits, and Jackie is going to show us how we do all that. There's no need to add things like salt or sugars because the baby is born with so much of their taste buds. They've got a lot of it. What might seem very blunt to us is still quite full of nutrients, and full of flavor for them. So they don't need to, you don't need to be adding all those things to it. Anyway, I'll hand over to Jackie and I'll come in as and when I need to. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Eunice. Yeah, I saw the readiness of the baby because I saw that as well with Elijah before I give him food. So that's really important, as Eunice said, that the readiness of the baby to give her or him a food, a solid food. So we're going to share stage 1. I'm starting a stage 1 baby food that we can give to our little one. It's mostly puree food. So we want to give them super soft kind of vegetables. So first is I'm going to use, so we are preparing our baby foods using our Saladmaster. So I have 9-inch 9-inch skillet here, and then I'm going to use frozen peas. So frozen peas. So in Saladmaster we can cook frozen and fresh at the same time. Okay. It's too much. This is normally I prepare with Elijah at first stage 1 because mostly puree. And yep. So I got my frozen peas here, and then using our Saladmaster machine. So for those who don't have a Saladmaster machine yet, you can host a party for this, and then you will get this for as a gift. And then I will be using cut number 1. Let me wash my.
Can I just ask questions from the audience while we're doing it? When you say stage 1, is that for 1 month or 1 year old?
For 6 months old, that is.
Months. Stage
Yeah.
1 means the first time you introduce
Yes.
solid food. Okay. Thank you.
Actually, it depends to the baby, because sometimes some parents they give 4 months. It
Okay,
depends to
early.
the readiness of the baby. Sometimes it's so advanced, the baby is so
Okay.
advanced, they can give 4 months
Okay.
old. Yeah,
Thank you.
but mostly puree. So cut number 2 for our zucchini. I have all my vegetables in here. We all know that vegetables is one of best source of vitamins and minerals that we can give to our baby. So I cut it small like this, so it's so easy to puree. Eunice, can you give what nutrients that we can get on these vegetables?
Oh, the thing is that it's full of moisture, and then you also get a lot of your fiber, which is great. That's really good for gut health. Also, as you mentioned, a lot of your vitamins, multiple vitamins that you can be getting in these kinds of vegetables as well. Yeah, so you can't go wrong with them. And the thing is that if you are using these vegetables and you are cooking it for the babies at home, perhaps instead of the packaged ones, they get to smell the food, they get to taste it, and they get to enjoy your home cooking, and they love to eat what you are cooking. So we really always encourage parents to give them what you are preparing at home. Yeah.
So as you can see, I don't put water, but because in Saladmaster we can cook this without water, so we can maximize the nutrition. But if you find it a bit dry, of course we can still put water. So because we need puree, so it's super soft for the stage 1 baby. And then yeah, that's later. That's only about 10 minutes. You can set our time for 10 minutes and it's already finished in just medium heat. Yes. And then second that I will prepare is meat. I'm sorry, for the stage 2, for the stage 2 baby. So
Stage 2
this one,
means
yeah,
what's stage 2?
stage 2 it's like because it's what you call this, progressing to a different texture.
Okay.
So from puree, this one we want mush. It's kind of bit um uh, not puree this time. So
Okay.
this stage 2, it's especially those 8 months old to
Okay.
months, something like that.
Okay.
So this is one is cut with cut number 2 as well. Using my I'm 9-inch. So I have my pumpkin here, and I'm going to use pumpkin and sweet potato. So cut number 2 as well. So in Saladmaster machine, I will use cut number 2, and I just cut it like that. Or maybe
You don't need to peel because it's peeling itself while you're cutting it. So peeling and cutting at the same time. Maybe a lot of people who are watching didn't know about it. So good that they can see.
Yeah, this is the good thing because as a mom, we need to to maximize our time. So
Yes, very
yeah, so
busy.
you don't need to peel in Saladmaster using Saladmaster machine.
Jackie, can you please show them the finished product once you cut, not the pumpkin. They thought you include the skin, not the
Um,
pumpkin. Half of the pumpkin. Where is the skin that you remove?
oh, this one. Te.
Just so to show people, we remove the skin.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you're cutting, we remove the skin in the process. So it saves you time. So you need to have the salad master machine. And because there's a question here, I don't want them to think that we cook the skin as well.
Yes, of course. But with our I'm going to cut with I'm going to mix sweet potato. But with our sweet potato, I don't I will not peel this sweet potato because most of the vegetables that grown under the ground is the peel is in the skin. So we will going to eat we will going to get the skin because it's most nutritious part of the sweet potato.
How did you prepare the sweet potato, Jackie?
I'm just going to cut as well with.
I mean, did you brush? Did you
Oh yes,
wash?
I brush this one
Yeah,
so
and
that
wash properly.
yes,
Yeah,
I wash properly so that the soil or
yeah,
some
dirt.
fertilizer will be removed. And sometimes you can soak in bicarb soda
Yeah,
to remove most of it.
yeah.
So cut number 2 as well. What will be the nutrients that we can get with here? I
Your
only know is potassium, right? It's good with
Yeah,
potassium.
it's good with potassium. Again, lots of fiber there, and then your carbohydrates. So that's a good for energy. And babies need that. They need the energy, and it's a good kind of carbohydrate food. It's what we call a low GI or low glycemic index carbohydrate food, the sweet potato. So absolutely good, not just for the babies, but for the adults as well.
You're so good, Eunice.
So this is our did you see it there?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah, the pumpkin, the butternut pumpkin, and the sweet potato. So I'm going to cook this for no water, and then I'm going to cook this for 10 minutes as well. Then later I will going to mash.
I hope this cooking class will help a lot because I've been seeing mommies feeding the kids with those that they just put in the microwave, ready-made.
Oh yes.
I mean, out of convenience, we can't help it sometimes because we're too busy, but hey, we cannot sacrifice the health of our little ones. And if we can show you that it's fast and easy like this, you don't need to peel the pumpkin. We can cut it and peel it at the same time using our machine. I don't need to add water. And so it's not so complicated. And probably more and more mommies will decide to just follow what they're seeing today. And that's the goal of this cooking class.
And that's so true, Cheryl. If I could just chip in one thing, when it comes to the convenience food, you nailed it right on the head by saying that, sometimes it's for convenience because, yeah, we are in a hurry. And that should just be when we use that. But if you look at the nutrition in some of those foods, it's not really that great. The other thing is that the flavors can all be mixed up. So the babies don't know what they are having. I also mentioned about the smell of the food. When you're cooking at home, they can actually smell it. Sometimes they can't smell that food. Sometimes it's also in a pouch, and then you have to some of the babies just suck it like that. But, it's not really encouraging them to use their muscles and develop their feeding skills. So yeah, lots of reasons to sort of use it only when you have to. But if you can, it just has to be. And even if it means that just giving them a little bit of what you are eating, but modifying it, you know, because you don't want to end up cooking so many different things, cook for number A part of your family, number B, but you can just, maybe you are eating potato, just maybe mash a little bit for the baby, as opposed to giving them something different or something that you have to cook from scratch.
True. Because I've been going houses, and because of the presentation, and like, especially when they use the microwave and it's in a plastic container, then just chuck it there in the microwave, and then I just feels like, oh, they have to learn something. That's why I want to thank both of you for doing this for us.
Yeah. So this time, I'm going to show the stage 3. So
Okay.
for those, I mean, for Elijah, I'm now giving him forage. So I'm going,
Porridge. Okay.
yeah, I'm going to cook chicken rice porridge. So it's kind of with this time with the meat. So
Wow.
yeah, with the meat now, because like Eunice said, baby needs iron when they gets old. So iron is it's not producing with our body. That's why we need the help of course food, especially meat. So chicken, beef, turkey, or yeah, any meat, a fish, which is rich in iron. But this time I'm going to show is the chicken porridge. So I got my chicken here. I choose the free range, which is good chicken.
And I also wanted to chip in there that with the iron food, so if you have vegetarians on the call, this is when their lentils or legumes or their beans will all come in very handy. So that would be the alternative that they would use instead of the chicken or the animal proteins.
That's
Yeah.
good. And what age is stage 3, Jackie? Like
Sorry, te.
1 year old? What age is
8 months
stage
to
3?
1 year old, te.
Okay.
The stage 3, or yeah. And then I'm going to cut my chicken in a small pieces.
Okay.
So this is fillet chicken, the no
Yeah.
bone.
I wish I watched this when I got the baby, you know. My son is 9 years old already. Now I want to have a baby. That's not possible anymore. So I can apply what I am learning from you. Maybe those who are watching us has babies, so it will be good for them.
Yes, actually, te, I'm enjoying as well this time because with my 2 babies, I don't have Saladmaster yet.
The two
So
older ones.
yes, te, so I'm giving them the one that we buy in shop,
Yeah.
Cerelac, something like that. It's so easy to make.
Yeah.
But with the Saladmaster, I find it of course healthy and easy to cook. That's
Good.
why I enjoy. So this one I'm going to let me show you. So chicken that I put water. I'm going to boil this for about 10 minutes.
Okay. That's a 3/4 roaster. That's why those people who find the small ones not, you know, they think it's small, or oh my God, that is very useful for every family, not just with babies, but I find it very useful. The 3 smallest cookwares.
So I wanted to show, because Jackie has been mentioning
Yes.
about some stages. So I just want to show, you know, what that looks like, just to make it a bit clear for some of our viewers. So the puree is, she'll show us very shortly how she's going to do the puree. And then when you talk about the mash, you just really want to leave a few lumps in so that the baby, you're encouraging the baby to use their muscles and develop their chewing skills. It really helps with their language development as well. So it's so important, and it helps them to also learn how to progress through the texture. That's so important. When you start feeding babies, you don't want to stay on puree forever. The studies that have shown that babies who stayed in puree for a very long time they were fussy. When they checked on them around 7 years, they were more fussy with food, very picky with vegetables and fruits and that kind of thing. And who would have thought that, you know, by progressing through the textures, you can be developing the baby so that they are eating well and having a nutritious diet. And then the next one, they are looking at soft lump. So that's what maybe Jackie's referring to by the stage 3, you know. And then later on, we talk about finger foods, and also just then they are graduating to eat what everybody else in the family is eating. It shouldn't be too different. So I hope that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, thank you. Just stop that sharing.
Yeah, so yeah, I didn't know that before, that it's very important to give stages, because in the Philippines we just know that we don't need to give big food, big chunk of food for the baby because they might choke or something. But we didn't know that there's development for the babies that can help as they grow. So yeah, this time I learned a lot that it's good to give finger food or change to stages the way we feed our baby. So yeah, our the purees, this one, the stage 1 is almost ready. And then I'm going to show you that one of the, for those having some small babies like 6 months, for they want to give, I have some gadgets that we need. Of course, we have this what you call this, I bought this online. It's a NutriBullet, so that we can puree properly. So you need that. And then I also have some masher for the stage 2. And then we also need the bottles like this, so we can store the baby food, so that you can cook for 3 days, good for 3 days, or even for a month, for this freezer ready, you know. It's a freezer ready that you use. Yes.
Nothing like that during my time. Very.
I would also share a couple of things because there are lots of different options.
Yeah.
You can also get simple things like your bar mixes, like this one. Some people have these at home. They used to make smoothies and that kind of thing. Very simple and easy as well. And look, the thing is, sometimes people may just have ice cube trays, and that's also fine. You can just sort of freeze it, put it in there, chuck it in the freezer. If you need to feed baby, just pop 1 or 2 cubes out, defrost it, warm it for the baby, and that's also ready to go. So Jackie is up there with all her, you know,
advanced,
very advanced.
No, I just find it so, you know, it makes me more enjoyable in preparing something like that. That's why. So yeah, I just want to show them look at our.
Wow, look at that. Look at the color. Sorry, Jackie, I just have to focus on the closer one, because on Facebook, I will have to, I think you have to unmute the other. How do I cannot make people see the other. I'll mute you first so you can. Let me just double check. I just wanted to see that the people are seeing the closer. Yeah, okay, that's one. I'm looking at my phone. Okay.
So did you see that? Sorry. No.
Okay, I'll mute the other one, and I'll unmute you now, Jackie. Please unmute yourself. Thank you.
So yeah, so based on nutritionists like Eunice, color is vitamins, and the flavor of vegetables is minerals. So if we preserve the color, it means that we will get the maximum nutrients of the vegetables. So this time I'm going to puree this one using my
Gadgets.
Yes.
And the color combination, they're all very.
But actually, you can mix any, I mean, you can mix any vegetables, like Eunice said a while ago. You can mix any vegetables, you can cook any, because there's a lot of nutrients and
And
vitamins.
I just wanna point out the very important thing there. Without Saladmaster, with ordinary
No
cookware,
water.
you need water, right?
Yes.
So it makes a lot of difference because the goodness will go to the water. And if you don't put water in ordinary cookware, you burn the food, you burn the vegetable, and it will not taste good. But in
Mm.
Salad Master, with the even heating, because a lot of people just look at the price and all these things, they didn't know what's in the technology in Salad Master. It's very important to know that the moisture retention of Salad Master is the best among the rest. So without putting any water, you don't lose the flavor. You don't need to add salt. There was a question here, how about adding flavor? Without the water, all the flavors are there. Vegetables are very sweet on its own if we cook it properly with the proper temperature. Very important, medium click to low with Salad Master, you can preserve the sweetness. Plus the fact that Eunice mentioned a while ago, I didn't know about this, that the taste buds of the kids, of our babies, are very strong enough to appreciate the flavor. So if it's to you, it's bland or not good, but with your kids, it's already nice. So don't put too much, or don't put any seasoning there. They're just babies. Don't introduce too much salt. Otherwise, they will grow up craving for more salty food because they got used to it.
That's so true, Cheryl. And another thing I wanted to add to that is, even after you've pureed the food, if you find that it's too thick and you wanted to thin it down a little bit, you could use a little bit of your breast milk, or you can use a little bit of the formula that you are offering to baby, and that should be enough. Yeah, you don't need to add
A little bit of
anything else.
liquid.
Yeah.
That's good.
And especially if they still young, they don't know the real taste, right, Eunice? So they will like anything because they don't know which is not sweet, which is not something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very
But
nice.
actually, you know what, with Elijah, he don't want sweets. Like yeah, I noticed with him, he don't like sweet. Actually, he don't like sweet potato, because yeah, that's why I mix some vegetables so that it's yes. But if I mix, that's the time that he eats.
I wanted to chip something in there as well. Babies are really learning to eat as well. So it's important that we give them multiple chances to get used to certain kinds of foods. Sometimes for some parents, when they've introduced the food once or twice and the baby has sort of refused it, they're like, oh, my baby doesn't like this, I'm never going to offer it to them again. But the thing is that we know, according to research, that it can take up to offering the food about 15 to 20 times before the baby finally accepts it. So don't give up. Don't think that they don't like it the first time. You just have to keep doing it, particularly if it's something that you are eating at home anyway and you are preparing for your family. Just keep offering it.
So we need a lot of patience, mommies. Yes. So this time I'm going to puree this. We don't need water. Okay. Because in puree we need the consistency of, yeah, very soft. But cooking in Salad Master, you don't need to put water. So this time I'm going to show you. So this is the consistency that we want.
Okay, now having problem
For the
again. In
stage 1.
Facebook, they might not see the. It's hard because there's no
Here?
sound. Okay, just that one. It's okay, Jackie. Yeah. The Zoom participants, they can see because it's spotlighted, but in Facebook, that's okay. Just put it near the camera and it will be fine.
So
Anyway,
this is the consistency that we want for the stage 1. So puree, really yum and healthy, nutritious. So this is our
just to those who are latecomers, that's just green peas frozen and zucchini, right? That you cut using number 2. Wow, 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes.
So what I wanted to chip in here is also that, so you see that the green peas and the zucchini that Jackie has cooked, that can be fine for the rest of the family. That can be a nice side dish that they have with their meat or their else,
Yeah.
you know. So baby Elijah, he can still be, he's having his share in the family. So what that means is that you as a mom don't have to go out of your way to prepare 10,000 different dishes. Just the one can be adapted, you know, to the whole family.
Yeah, true. So my stage 2, this is our stage 2 baby food that we can give is the one that I cooked a while ago, the butternut pumpkin and the sweet potato. Yep. So this time we're going to mash this. You can use pork or the mash. So yep. So I'm going to mash this here. So look at the if you can see, we don't put water, but the consistency of the watery still there. And the good thing in Saladmaster, you can use pork. I mean, you can use metal to metal. It won't scratch.
I got a comment here from one of your owner, Jack Kizan, chef set owner. My gosh. Wow, I'm also, I want to try to the grandchildren,
Yes.
the kind of food, very nice and healthy.
Oh,
So thank
Ate
you
San. Hi, Ate San.
While you're doing that, let me just say hi to the people who are watching. Abinash Boy, Aryan Maranan, good evening. Cheryl Tenorio, and of course, Zan, hello, hello. Shout out to those who shared. Sahara is watching, hello. And who else? Thank you for sharing. Jessa, thank you for sharing. Oh, my cousin from California, I think, or America. Mary Faye is watching. Hope you're learning something. Mary Faye. Baiju is watching. Shirley Tan. And who else? Marie Zoletta, I think from Melbourne, is watching. Wow. You are both being seen by everyone around the globe.
So this is the consistency that we want for the stage 2, right, Eunice? So it's like this time, yeah, it's a different texture now because it's not so soft. So babies will appreciate the lumpy now, you know, the lumpy kind now. So
And it's very important. I didn't know that it will affect their speech. It helps the muscles. That's so important information. Maybe that's why a lot of children now having that trouble with speech. It's because the way we introduce the food and what we feed them at a young stage. All this is connected.
So yeah. So this time is our stage 3, te. For our stage 3, those I'm using our strainer.
Okay.
Yes, te. So I'm going to mix or is different similar to steaming. Yeah, similar to
lower temperature.
Yes, te. So this time is like a finger food for our stage 3 babies. So I have my peas.
Okay.
Yes, going to put some peas in here. And then I'm going to put some asparagus.
Okay.
And also with our broccoli. So it depends to you on how much, because you can store this to fridge. It lasts up to 5 days. So you can cook for 5 days. But I normally cook for just last for 3 days because I want it more fresh. So you just put in a floret like that. And then I also want to put some carrots and
Cucumber.
Cucumber, yes. The cucumber, you can, it's okay not to cook. So in Saladmaster, we also have knife. It's available for hosting. Carrot, I don't peel carrots because the most nutritious parts is in the peel and rich in vitamins and antioxidant and fiber. So I'm going to cut my carrots like so, like this. It's like a
Yeah.
stick kinda, yeah. So that it's easily for the baby to hold.
And again, that really promotes the chewing. Now, when you put something in your mouth, which requires chewing, normally it goes to the side of the mouth. The baby will naturally put it to the side of the mouth, and they'll be using the teeth there. The tongue goes naturally to the mouth. You can try this yourself at home. I haven't got anything to stick in my mouth for you to see it. But if you put something there, the tongue pushes against it, and then the baby will start naturally using those muscles, so again, it's developing those important chewing skills. Yeah. And Jackie is going to show us what she's done. Once she's finished, I'm going to show you some pictures of some other soft foods that you can offer to baby. So is it okay to share that now, Jackie? Yep. Okay. All right. So some of the soft finger foods from around 8 months that you can offer, like naturally soft fruits, like your bananas and your strawberries, your grated cheese, boiled eggs, which you can cook this quite beautifully in the Saladmaster as well. And then, of course, you've got things like your potatoes, your pumpkin, soft pieces of cooked meats, your avocados, pasta, the broccoli, which Jackie is cooking at the moment. Also soft pieces of fruits that might be tinned fruits in natural juice, though. Don't buy the one in syrup, and drain the juice off, and you can offer those ones as well. Shredded pieces of chicken, those are all good that you can also use. And then, of course, from 12 months, you really want the baby to be eating whatever else the whole family is eating. As I said, make your work easy. If you start for them at home and you are role modeling and showing them how to eat, and they are getting used to your home cooked foods, the chances of them getting fussy is so limited, and they are going to be eating whatever else that you guys are eating at home. So I'm just going to get out of that. Yeah. Thank you. I'll pass it back to you, Jackie. I wanted to show you another, I'm not sure how to get out of my screen now. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So another thing that sometimes people can use, again, just to promote, I don't know if you've seen these ones. Jackie, you probably have one at home. Do you have one of this? It's like a net. Do you have that?
I can't see properly.
Okay. I think it's probably because I've got my background on.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll try and get that off.
While we're doing that, I just got a question here. Need to make screenshots for the records. Maybe for this presentation. Don't worry, it's recorded. And because I find it so important, so informative, a very good cooking class, we will organize it and put it in our YouTube channel. So at least it will be forever there. You don't need to screenshot, just listen to the concentrate, and it will be available in our YouTube very soon.
Okay, so this it's just sort of a net. The baby can actually hold it, and you can put a hard food in it, like maybe a piece of watermelon, and then the baby just sucks the juices out. So it's a
Oh,
net. It
yes.
goes in the net, and then the baby
Yes.
just puts it in their mouth. I knew you would have it because you've
Yeah,
got
I
all kinds
have.
of.
Yeah, complete.
Yeah,
She has the complete.
there you
Yeah, I
go.
have.
Yeah.
With mine is like this one. Is this?
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, something like that. And then the baby can yeah, so even
Yes,
if
you
they
can
are
suck.
not ready to actually put the, or maybe for parents who get worried about choking and all that kind of thing, just put it in there and then
Mm.
they can use it and still be using and developing those muscles.
Goodness. So
The
many
other
new
thing
things.
the other thing to mention there with is that, you know, once you start the solids, start offering them water as well around the 6 months. When you start, just get a nice simple cup. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. They can actually learn to drink from an open cup. Obviously that will be assisted, you know, you can hold it for them and then get them to be drinking it. That's all they need. They just need either the breast milk or the formula. Around 6 months you can add the cool boiled water to it. They don't need to be drinking anything else. So those are just a couple of things to also mention. I'd also mention about the spoon. So a soft tip spoon, nothing too hard, just something nice and simple like that. Again, it's good. They can just take the food off without hurting anything in their mouth. A lot of the time, people feel like babies must have teeth before they start advancing in with the textures, but that is absolutely not true. Their gum is so strong. All you need to do is to just get something caught in there. If you get your finger or something caught in there, you know that yes, these are very strong gums. So that's enough. They don't. If you're going to wait for them to get teeth before you offer them these foods, unfortunately, you would have missed that important window of opportunity. So it's important that you are progressing them through the textures quite quickly. All right.
Yeah, that's so true. I believe in that, Denise. I noticed with Elijah, he got a very strong gums, and then he can chew, you know, and then he knows. It's so unbelievable that he knows how to. But
You know,
we
if we will wait till they get the teeth, with different babies are different. My kids are very late. They got their teeth, I think, 1 year old already.
when
So if you have to wait, that's a long time.
yes. Okay, so um I'm going to show now is our um the one that I did, the one that I
Yeah.
cooked
So
a
you
while ago,
boil
the
the
chicken.
water. Ah,
Yep,
what's that? The
the,
chicken.
the
Okay.
chicken ted. Yeah, just 10 minutes as well. So this time I'm going to get the chicken out of this water.
Okay.
And then I will put rice over this water. So maybe half cup of rice with the water that we boiled the chicken. So the flavor is still there.
Okay.
Yes. So we are going to cook the rice this time for about just 10 minutes as well.
Just normal rice, Jackie.
Is that just a normal rice? This one is very popular in the Philippines. We call it lugaw.
It's
The lugaw
the, what do you call that in English?
porridge. It's just a chicken rice porridge.
Ah, yeah.
Yes, yes. So lugaw. But it's also good to put garlic. Is it, Eunice? I mean, garlic, ginger is still good.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't think there is anything wrong with that,
Spices.
especially as they are getting older and you are really wanting them to get used to the things that you are cooking at home. It's
Mm.
absolutely important that you do that. Some of the things I might modify is like if you really like a lot of chili, before you add the chili to it, you can take the bits out and then you can add the chili to the main food for you to enjoy with the older ones. But then you would have taken their bit out so that they don't have to have such high, like all those kind of spices. Yeah. So,
Especially those natural spices. It's good. It's so good. So this time I'm going to show desserts for the babies. It's a dessert at it's chesa fruits. So I'm using our smallest
One
cookware.
part.
Yes, the 1/4. So I got my strawberry in here. Strawberry.
Strawberry, no, that's blueberries.
Oh, sorry. Blueberry. Sorry. I just mixed blueberries. So blueberries, and then I have pear. So this is
That's right.
sorry. So using cut number 3.
3.
Yes. With our pear. Pear is a lot of nutrients as well. I didn't know that. It's most nutritious than apple, I think. Is it right, Eunice? Because I saw the nutritional facts as well with some fruits and vegetables. I also try to find.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I guess what is important for us to remember that we don't get all our nutrients from just one kind of food, but really what we are encouraging is the variety. In fact, I'm just going to quickly search for the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating and then show that to everybody because you really want to get that variety. You get that variety by having a little bit of everything, and that's what we really, really promote at the end of the day. Yeah. So I'll search for one, and when I find it, I'll share it with everyone.
So yeah, but you can also use any fruits, like Eunice said. You can mix it up. Sometimes I use blueberry and the green apple. It's also good. Elijah also likes it, and it depends also if what your baby wants.
That's
So
so
this
true.
time, I'm going to cook this. Normally we don't cook fruits, but this time I'm going to cook this one, just 10 minutes as well, or less, because I just want the soft texture this time with my fruits. But with our Saladmaster cookware, we preserve the nutrients. So still like raw. Yep.
And Eunice, I got a question here from Hannah, who is in our Zoom call. Is it possible to email the slides that we share so they can go back to?
Sure. Can you hear me, Cheryl?
Yes.
Okay, so what I can do, if Hannah can give us her email address, I would happily email that to her, or anybody else who wants it. I don't know how we can capture that, but yes, I'll be very happy to forward it to you, and then it can be emailed to them. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe if you're interested in getting the slides of Eunice, just email it to me, Eunice, and then I'll just organize the sharing to everyone. You have to, if you're in the Zoom call, just put it in the chat. I want one, and then we'll email to you. Anyway, we got a record of your, well, all of you, I imagine, are Saladmaster owners, so you are in our database. So I will have your email. If not, then just put your email address in the chat. I'll capture later, and we will show you, we will email to you. Those in Facebook, you can just put it in the chat. Send me a private message so not everyone can see your email address. Otherwise, you might have lots of friends in your email. If you need a copy of the slides, we're more than happy to share with you.
Okay, so I was just going to show the guide to healthy eating, which is this one. Some of you may have seen it already, but basically what we are trying to do here is to encourage variety, breads and cereals. So Jackie's using rice that fits into this group here. People might want to do things like rolled oats, your wheat bix, all those kinds of foods. And those are all good foods to give to your babies. And then, of course, the vegetables. We've cooked a lot of vegetables today. The fruits that we are also adding on. Things like your milk and cheese and yogurts, they can all be added on. And also things like your animal protein and your lentils and beans and all that kind of thing, which are really good sources of protein that can also be given to babies as well. Just a couple of notes there on the milk. when it comes to full cream milk, we can offer that. You can put little bits of that in their food when they are less than 12 months. We never ask you to give that to them as a drink in a bottle. No, not for the cow's milk. There's lots of reasons for you not to do that. It's important that you continue with breastfeeding or your bottle feeding when you are introducing solids. After 12 months, you can offer them milk in a bottle, as in like full cream cow's milk in a bottle. They don't need so much of it anyway. Time and time again, I see parents they think that the milk is more nutritious. So they are giving that to their babies. They are having about 3-4 bottles a day. That's way too much. They end up with problems like iron deficiency because they prefer to fill up on the milk and then they are not eating other nutritious foods. And so guess what? They end up with issues, some deficiencies, especially iron deficiency. So yeah, it's important that just a quick note on that one. Whilst we wait for Jackie, another thing that I wanted to talk about very briefly was tuning into your baby's natural cues for hunger. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to get rid of this. There's going to be a short advert. Anyway, so yeah, all right. So now, I just wanted to explain, this video is just showing how to tune into your baby's natural cues. So when they are full, you know how to stop and don't force feed them, because that's another problem when babies are being given food when they've had enough. They learn to develop these negative cues to feeding. They don't look forward to coming to the table again. So please, it's important that you know your baby's best. Learn to tune into their natural cues of hunger and fullness. So it's a very quick video. It's just like 20 seconds. So please enjoy it. I'm sorry about the sound, but it's just music on the background.
And the mess is part of the right living.
I want to take home one baby. They're so cute.
Just one, I get one.
Yeah, so Jackie, that's right. You mentioned about the mess as well. That is very much part of the whole feeding experience, and we need to learn to put up with it. Some people, maybe they put a little mat under their high chair so that whatever food falls gets on that mat, and they are not having to worry about sort of mopping the floor all the time. So you can just wash that mat outside, etc. Many people have different ways of going around that, but then the mess is important. Let them get their hands into it. It's all part of the learning. It's all part of them learning to appreciate the food and then get it into their mouth in the first instance. And so Jackie, tell me to keep quiet when you want to say something. I'll just say one more thing. It's also important that as adults, we are role modeling what we are doing with our kids. So there's a lot of research to show that even one adult sitting and eating with their children can really help them to add more variety to what they are eating. And it really develops very healthy eating behaviors around food. So it's absolutely key that we encourage family meals. If one parent can be there, even if it's just one meal a day, it goes such a long way, because children really learn from a trusted adult. And if you are sitting there and you are showing them how you are eating, they are watching you, the chances of them enjoying their food and wanting to eat and wanting to come back to the dinner table is so high up there. Another thing to mention is the difference between choking and gagging. Sometimes if a baby is eating and they go, some parents might think that, they are choking on the food, but that's not choking. It's just a natural response. It's a way of the baby controlling or protecting their airways. Choking is silent. When a baby is choking, you wouldn't even hear them. And so the best thing is to supervise your children every time when they are eating. But if they gag a little bit, that is perfectly fine. They might be gagging because it's a new texture or it's a new food or that kind of thing. Don't panic. It's all right. They will control that. They would manage that themselves. So that is part of eating as well. So yeah, if you start solids and they are gagging a lot, maybe give it another week or two and then start again. Yeah, and you find that natural gagging it sort of tapers down.
Oh yeah, that's good. I learned a lot. And also, Eunice, also with the allergy of the baby.
So thank you
Because
very much. Yep, we talk about allergies too. So yeah, the main thing is that it's quite important. This is why it's so important that we are offering babies the food in that good window of opportunity. So we say that around 6 months is a good time to start. Of course, do it in conjunction with the signs of readiness, which is the baby being able to sit upright and have that good head and neck control. There's another thing called the tongue reflux. So if babies are not ready for food, normally if you put a spoon in their mouth, naturally they push it out. They go like this. So when the baby, that reflex is still very strong and you try and feed baby, they're going to reject the food. Around 6 months, that tongue reflux, it really tapers down. So if baby is ready, you find that when you put a food on their tongue, they are more naturally, they will be more accepting of it. And also we talked about them showing interest in food. So it's important that you are using the age and also those signs of readiness to guide you as to when your baby is ready to start. As Jackie said, some babies might be ready a lot earlier than others, but we don't want you offering food to your baby anything less than 4 months. That's way too early. And look, they've got their whole lives ahead of them to eat. So it's important that you do things properly. Sometimes when you introduce solids too fast, too soon, what happens is that if the tongue reflex is still there, they might be accepting less of the food. And if you are breastfeeding and you're not giving your baby as much breast milk, you see that your supply also goes down. And so those are all some of the negative things. They are likely to develop more allergies if their immune system is not ready and you are offering food to them. Even if it's a healthy food, their body is going to overreact to it, and that can develop allergies. So that's why it's important to just take your time and offer them the food at the right time. So allergies, even though there are many kinds of foods, and look, allergies is just it's an immune response to a particular kind of food. And some of the foods that have been linked with allergies are things like, eggs and milk, nuts, your tree nuts or your peanuts, things like shellfish, wheat and soy. Those sorts of foods are foods that they are more allergenic foods. What does that mean? Doesn't mean that you have to stop giving your baby that food. In fact, they encourage you to give them those foods because, again, if you don't offer those foods to your babies, guess what? They are at risk of developing the allergies anyway. If you're a breastfeeding mom, as you introduce solids, it's important that you are actually breastfeeding alongside whilst you are introducing the solids, to them, because they find that to be quite protective for them. Now, in addition to that, sometimes there are some children who may have a sibling who has an allergy, or maybe there's a parent in the family who has an allergy to something. Again, as I said, it doesn't mean that you should not offer them those foods. Please offer it to them, even if it means that you're going to sit in front of the emergency department in your hospital and just offering them that food. If they end up having a reaction to it, just go into the emergency and seek help, But it is so important that we do not refrain from giving babies those foods. So things like peanut butter, before they turn around between 8 to 12 months, they really should be given the opportunity to have those kinds of things. Your wheat-based products and all those kinds of things, it's important that they have it. it. Yeah. No, so the message there is that do not delay progressing them onto those foods just because you are afraid that they might develop an allergy. It's absolutely not important. It's not necessary. And in fact, you might end up doing the exact opposite thing. It might just be the very thing that gets them to rather develop an allergy. Yeah, and there's a lot
we
of
need to
research.
immune them. It's like we need to immune them.
Yeah. So just offer them those foods.
Yeah, actually, that's so true, Eunice. Sorry. I with my experience with Elijah, because at first I gave him an egg, and he got these hives, something like that, you know. But this time I give him again, and there's no allergy now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you keep in. Yeah, you said like you said, keep giving them because they might immune.
Yeah. And lastly, I also wanted to mention some foods and drinks to avoid. Okay, just to finish off on the allergies, if you are really concerned, say you offer the food and then you realize that there was a reaction, just speak to your child health nurse or maybe speak to your GP and seek extra advice. If they need to progress it on, maybe see a pediatrician or something, they will send you a referral and then you can get it done properly. You can get it tested before you remove something. But then you will see a dietitian as well, and they will give you alternatives that you can feed your child for the food that you have taken out of their diet. So it's important to do things properly. Also, just things like this is now moving on to some foods to generally avoid. And I might actually share this one because
I just show this one.
All right, please do.
This is the chicken that I cooked a while ago. I cut it into small pieces, and then this time I will going to put in the rice now, so it will be mixed cooking.
Okay, thanks, Jackie. I'm just going to show you some pictures of foods that are best to avoid at this stage. When we are introducing. So things like honey, that is not necessary, especially before 12 months, because it's got a bacterium in it, which the baby's immune system is not quite ready to cope with. And then you've got things like, it's important to cook your meats and your proteins very well if you're going. So these things like soft, runny eggs and unpasteurized milks, they are not the best to give to them. So things like baby biscuits, they are really poor in nutrients, and you don't want babies to fill up on things that are really poor in nutrients. You really want to make sure that you are packing them with something which is nutritious. They say the size of a baby's tummy is about their clenched fist. So a fist, like that's how small their stomach is, not your clenched fist, but their clenched fist. So if you think about it like that, you don't want to waste the space on things that are really poor in nutrients. And then things that can cause choking, like hard, round things like, your popcorn and nuts, you really want to avoid that. Tea and coffee, not necessary. I know that in some cultures, they offer tea to babies. The thing is that tea has got some compounds in them called tannins, and that can really block the absorption of iron as well. Remember, iron is one of the things that we really want to promote when you start solid. So we don't want something which is going to block them. Plus, it doesn't have much nutrition anyway. Of course, your soft drinks and your cordials and your high sugar drinks, even including fruit juice, they are absolutely not necessary. If you want, the best is to give them the fruit like you are seeing Jackie do, and then you can give them water to drink on top of that. But then all these other things are not really that necessary. Yeah, so that's just to really promote healthy teeth. Okay, over to you, Jackie, if you want to say something.
Yeah, thank you, Eunice. We have gained a lot of what you call this, facts, nutritional facts from you. So this time I'm going to show you the one that I cooked, the blueberry and the pear. So I'm going to mash again this one with I just put, sorry. I also want to put with banana. So I have my banana here. So with my cut number is again. So banana is a lot of veg. What you call this? Lots of nutrients as well. Okay. So this time, I'm going to wash again. Yes. You see it there.
I like to eat that, Jackie. That's yum.
Yes, and then sometimes you can put yogurt, right? Or yeah, be creative. You can put anything as long as they don't have but with one of the tip that I get before as well is for offering food for your baby is just make it one by one first at the stage one. For example, give banana first, don't mix anything so you can know what allergy, what food can get him an allergy, and then give it in the morning so that you can have time to put to go in the doctor if they uh, if
Yeah.
they
It's true. When you start solids, and normally for around the 6 months, you would probably offer them a little taste after they've had their breast milk or they've had their formula. So you don't want baby to be so hungry when you are trying to offer them the solid. They should have at least had something to eat. And again, they are starting off with very small amounts. Yeah. For most babies, they can be okay. We used to really, I guess the people who really need to be offering food one by one like that is those who maybe there's a very strong family history of allergies, or maybe there's a sibling who has a very, very strong allergy. But otherwise, if you were to introduce everything one by one by one, sometimes it can take a very long time to really get them a lot of nutrition in. Yeah, but it's absolutely critical. If there is a very strong history of family allergies, then that is a very important thing to do, actually. Yeah, and thanks for that.
because I heard some of family they have allergy in fruits or vegetables, so it's kind of weird sometimes because it's all natural, but still. So, but it's important to know.
Absolutely, yeah. Sometimes we have food chemical reactions, and like you say, there are certain things that is just they are naturally occurring in fruits and vegetables that you wouldn't think somebody would be allergic to, but then some people can be, they can have those reactions to those things. Yeah.
So there you go, my dessert for my baby. This is a blueberry, and so this one is good for stage 2 to stage 3 because there's a lumpy, did you see it there? So this is, it's kind of lumpy texture this time. And it's very healthy and nutritious and yum. Even me, I like this one. So, yep, I'm going to show you as well the the one that I miss, that steam. It's like a steam, similar to steam. I'm going to show you because it's already finished. Just 10 minutes.
That's why your baby is so cute, Jackie. Very, very cute baby because you feed him with so much goodness. I just want to shout out to the people who are watching. Grace, Rafal, Wilma, good morning. Sharing, Dorji, good morning. And to those who share, thank you so much.
This one, te. So we want the, it's kind of big chunk, but it's very soft. For my baby 8 months old, he can chew this one bit by bit, and he know how to get it or to grab. So it's good for her for his development. It's nice. He really likes broccoli. So this one,
Very good.
yes.
A question, how do you heat up? So some of the food you prepared, you put it in the freezer or fridge it. You said it will last 3 days, 5 days. How do you heat up?
With this one te, it lasts to up to 1 week, but it depends to the food. But this one on the fridge only with this one. But with our freezer thing, it lasts up to 3 months, I think, up to 3 months. So I normally if I cook a lot of this one, the fruits, I put in the freezer, yeah, to the freezer, and then I cook what you call it, the cereal. You know the cereal. I cook cereal and then put one of these.
And then you mix it.
Yes. I normally get this one. I put date and then with what kind of fruit is this? This is pear. So I normally cook the cereal, maybe half cup, and then put one of this, and then I will serve it for us as his breakfast. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you can do that.
Very lucky baby.
One ate, I'll put in the hot water. Yes, I put in the hot water. I mean, in the glass or the mug, put in the hot water. Just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's a bit hot now. Yeah, but that yeah, that's so. This is very important tool as well because you don't need to cook every day so that you cannot. It's okay not to cook every day. But like Eunice said, when the baby turned to 1 year old, um, that's the time that he can join to family's food or family what we normally eat. Yeah.
Thank you. Is that it?
Actually, we are sorry, Ate. We are the one who want to what you call this want to get what is baby food, you know, because his food is so healthy, unlike with our food. So we are the one who want to adapt those kind of
It's the
because we
opposite.
have vegetables.
You want to join the baby food, not the
Yes,
baby joining the family food. That's good.
yes. I have a
Um,
question with Eunice.
okay.
Eunice, is it good to what you call this instead of the juice? Because I'm now preparing to give Elijah food. But of course, it's good to make your own juice, right? Is it good to do you know the blender or the juicer to juice some vegetables, fruits? Is it good?
Oh, honestly, I think, yeah, if you wanted to give them something like that, it's okay. Again, I'll go back to my, I'll be doing the juicing that actually puts the fiber back in the juice. So you don't want to really remove all the good stuff. You know, some people when they juice, the skin gets taken off and a lot of the goodness gets taken off. So if it's including all those things, like more like a smoothie type thing, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Which is like what you've done today. You've cooked it and you've added everything like the skin, everything is in there. So they are getting the goodness of everything. Juice per se, they fill up very, very quickly on it, like the commercially purchased juice. If you were going to give that, honestly, I wouldn't give that until they are more than 1 year. Number one. Number two, 125 mils will be a serving size, you know, and then you can dilute it as well. But I wouldn't make that an everyday thing, to be quite honest. If you are making it yourself at home and you are giving them like a smoothie style kind of blend, which has got the fruits in it, that is fine. But juice, I rather give them the actual piece of fruit, so they are getting the goodness of everything, including the fiber and everything by having that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
with our Saladmaster machine, you can have a juice with fiber. You know the cat number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the orange.
Orange juice. Okay, so is that you finished, Jackie? You done all the cooking part?
Yes, but I just want to show the cutting. Is that okay, Te?
Sure.
Because this is also important in stage number 3 or 2, 3. Actually, this puree, this is you can still mix in stage number 3, but this one is just for stage number 1 or the baby 6 months to 8 months. And then this one is also a finger food. I just want to show you that it's important on how we cut our vegetables, our fruits, on how to give on to baby. I just also learned this one. So always cut it in a lengthwise like this. Did you see it there? In a lengthwise before you offer it to the baby. And also with my cucumber, always in a lengthwise, so that you can also prevent the choking part like that. With grapes is also lengthwise, so that if it's put in their mouth, it's easy to swallow, something like that. Yeah, because I heard that there's babies that choke. Last I just read in the news because it's 2 years old, but he ate apple. Maybe because apple is a bit too hard. He is 2 years old, but still he choked, and he is now paralyzed, something like that. So we want to of course we want to avoid that one. And like Eunice said, we can also use this for the baby. You can just put the fruits in this net, and then he just chew it, get the juices. Yeah, and with this cut, it's also good. So I think that's all there. So there you have it,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much. Very informative. Thank you, Jackie, for preparing all those food for us. Eunice, any last words for those who are watching at the moment?
I think it's a very exciting time when babies are being introduced solid. So enjoy the journey. If you are at this stage doing it, relax and do it. If you are calm and settled, your baby will be calm and settled as well. If you're anxious and afraid, your baby will be anxious and afraid as well. So relax. The whole idea is to get your baby to come back to look forward to coming back to their next meal. So enjoy, everyone. And if you've got any questions, just don't hesitate to touch base and we'll help you.
And yeah, those who are asking the slides, we will organize it for you. Just send us a message. Jackie, any last words to those who are feeding mummies who are very busy and but trying hard to feed their babies very good food?
Yeah, sorry, Ted. Last
Oh
last
yeah,
one
the
is my
porridge.
porridge. So if you can see, can you
Yum.
see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's chicken and rice only with water. So it's more lumpy for the kids, for babies. It's good.
Please take a picture, Jackie, of individual
Okay,
later and then please send to me. I'll post it in Facebook so they can, those who are watching, they can see how it look like
Yep.
closer.
Yes, Te. So
For
thank
this.
you so much, Te. Thank you, Eunice, for this privilege as well. And thank you for all who join. I invite some of my friends as well who have a little one. It will help them. And yeah, it's so enjoyable. I enjoy doing this for my baby because we all know that we need to invest on their health. So very important to prepare um, baby food at home. You know that it's safe. You know that how you prepare it, and healthy, of course. And of course, using Saladmaster, it's very convenient, and very easy, like with our Saladmaster machine. And also you can have no chemical cookwares. So that's all, Te.
Thank you so much. I can't thank you
Sorry,
both
Te. I learned
for.
a lot with Eunice. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Eunice is just a
Thank you.
genius. I mean, oh my gosh, we're so blessed to have her in our dealership, and volunteering for this. Initially, it was just you who are who's supposed to do this, but she's just this heart that wanted to share all the things that she knows to people. So I can't thank you both enough for the preparation for this. I hope the people who are listening in Facebook and those who join in Zoom, Michelle, Hannah, Harleen, Elsie, and Milan, I hope you learned something, and share it to your friends. It will be in Facebook, especially those with babies. I think it's very informative. It's very valuable videos. So it will help a lot of mummies out there who are struggling. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Eunice, again, and
Thank
Jackie, and for
you.
all those who
Thanks,
joined.
Jackie.
And see you again. I think we will do a lot of this in different topics each time. So thank you so much and have a good weekend. Thank
Bye,
you.
Thank
everyone.
you.
See
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.